Certainly unlike that other Timbersaw game that we saw today, where it went a little bit differently, but still gotta be a little bit careful there with how much you're tanking up with just the 2 points up into it. He's not invincible yet, but he's gonna get there sooner rather than later now with these extra kills.
Exactly. And that's all that matters. The point where Timbersaw can go stand on top of towers and say, what you gonna do about me?
Yeah.
Kaka? Yeah, better TP here.
Yeah. All the way back home too. Smart decision. He was gonna be out of mana and health. He just TP'd to the tower. Does mean that he cannot secure the bounty run, which he doesn't need to, because JT was on the case. So 2 for 2 exchange by the looks of it, I do believe.
Both the mid laners are going to be hitting level 6 pretty much right here, which means that we're going to see the first rotations. And both of these heroes really love going in defensively. You fight too close to their tower, they TP in, and depending on the hero, either orb or step.
There's a courier going down. Super with the dive to make that work. Kaka not back there yet to really threaten him. Instead he's showing mid. Oh, I believe he was showing there, not 100%.
I think that ward is just out of range.
Yeah. Huh. Yeah, you hate to see it. It is what it is. Fly. Fly against fly by, just forcing him to TP out, back to the tower. And, oof. It's done on the park, but JT is super freaking low right now. Setsu's still able to catch up with the call to make sure. So, good rotation, punishing the Timber when you can. Oh no, it is in range. There you go.
It is. Nice.
Thank the Lords of Dota. Gaben, Ice Frog, Wickham, all of them.
In this case, just Kaka placing that sentry seconds before the ward came out.
Yeah, that too.
What a guy. That man has so much experience, it's ridiculous.
It's Galaxy Brains level of dewarding, you know?
Yeah, you just placed the sentries before they placed
Yeah.
the wars there.
Setsu, that Thorn not quite in the right position. Don't know if they'd have enough damage to do anything anyway.
And Setsu got a little bit of a momentum push there from getting the first rotation kill of the game. He's doing slightly better than Emo right now. Emo's still waiting on his opportunity, but yeah, the side of RNG is a little bit more passively built. I'm not actually sure if they're going to be making that step forward, so he's better off with coming towards the top lane most likely and seeing if he can find a kill there. For now, he's waiting in his lane. As long as the puck is there, the top lane is safe either way.
Yeah. Ah, well, 3 points up into this passive now, so absolutely fine. Standing there forever. Also frees up Kaka a little bit more, so they're still looking for the Star Ranger here, looking for God King inside the jungle, trying to restrict his farm as much as they possibly can. On the flip side, Fly on the other side of the map, he's absolutely fine with this. He's sitting way on top of the charts, up against his Lycan. 53 and 9. Sits and denies. So.
It's got a micro that healing ward though, otherwise the wolves get it.
Yeah.
And that looked like a missed coil.
His call was snapped by Emo, I believe, but he was healed up by Origo.
Ah, okay.
So.
An ineffective one then at best.
Yep. Or it's a courier flying towards Fly. It's also flying back towards Felix, who can maybe snipe it, but it's going the wrong way, unfortunately. I don't think they had vision on it. By the way, okay, Emo has a DD with 2 steps right on top of God King. More like Dead King.
He gets sandwiched between 4 people.
Yeah.
That is some special attention. And with the top tower down, yeah, JT can just move on in here and make the mid tower his home instead.
Yeah. Not for too long, because DD Rune also helping chip away at it a little bit. No catapult wave or anything, so I guess they won't get rid of it immediately.
This is pre-10 minutes.
Yeah.
They'll get a catapult. Okay, time to be a Timbersaw.
this is where you really enjoy the game. Where you can taunt however much you want. Where they can't punish you really is. And even if they do, they'd have to bring a bunch of heroes and you're like, haha, space created! Fools!
Absolutely. And
Only
yeah,
making
he's
my
going-
carry stronger.
Mhm.
He's very strong, by the way. It's going to be a record time battlefield by the looks of it. Or at least very close.
Very close.
Oh god, JT, please.
Well,
His courier does not have reactive armor.
ooh,
That
Puck
died to the
gets
tower. There you go. Puck is
hit
right.
by the spiked carapace.
Really great kill. Super
JT
does
has
not
no
have
chill.
6 yet. He does not have his Q either. Like, okay, definitely needed that lift from Felix. That was a bit dangerous. And yeah, this tower. All the creeps being tanked up by JT. The catapult's doing work, and he can get the last hit. Nope, not quite.
And not with that Fate Bolt on him either.
Unfortunate. Oh, he's also got the tree, I believe. The GG branch.
Mm.
Coming out on the curry at any moment. So where do you see this game going? Because right now all 3 cores for IG exactly where they want to be.
Topping the charts yet. The real problem here for RNG is that they don't really have any playmakers for any kind of tower push. They're just going to have to go in, maybe even with 5 heroes, to break a tower straight up if they can't do it in reaction to anything else. And right now they're just getting their territory chipped away, tower by tower,
Super's
and
dead.
it's giving space to a Nyx Assassin. Yep.
Perfectly timed stun. Yeah. Was stalking him for a while. And yeah, this poor guy, this poor super, he isn't even level 6 yet. Doesn't have a supernova to contribute, and that's after the 10-minute mark, after the tome comes out and the extra XP from the outposts. Like, this is not a happy bird right now.
Flyby does not feel safe enough to stick around on the bottom tower. He's got Setsu now, though. Let's see if this Juggernaut... He must know that they're going to come for him at some point. There's too few reaction to how fast they're pushing forward on the other lanes. There's the Orbin.
Spin to work out, spin TP, and in this game there's nothing that can actually cancel that one, is there?
Not until the puck hits his axe. And there is, I guess there is also a Phoenix Egg
Yeah, not really.
explosion. I think I still have to see the game where a Phoenix Egg cancels a Juggernaut TP. The spin TP. And Kaka is nosing about.
It was right there. Kaka sets it up. Emo knocks it. Actually, Ollie knocks it down. Just in classic Oracle fashion, you know, just swooping in for the last hit.
You have a Nuke with a really big reach.
Yeah.
And you don't want him to survive it, because then they heal
Yeah.
up. I don't see why you wouldn't.
Guys, it's a kill secure.
Mm-hmm.
Battlefield completed, so 13 minutes in. Very good timing. Don't think there's too many big stacks for him in this triangle. So, there's a double, but
Definitely good enough.
yeah.
He's going to continue climbing on ahead and ahead. RNG needs items on everyone. That's the real issue here.
Yep.
Like, maybe if you... Because you need a vessel on... It's probably going to be the Phoenix building that. The Puck probably wants Veil and Blink before doing anything riskier than what's going on right now. Or maybe he's going to itemize into a Yule because he knows that at some point this Void Spirit is going to have an Aghanim Scepter and the AoE Silence is really going to mess with him.
Yep. The last JT is just moving to the lane with a still tier 1 tower rather than focusing on one lane to try and pressure it further, but Fly. Oh, that was such a clutch spin. Kaka was there, but maybe could have interrupted the go just enough with a stun for Juggernaut to live through this. But yeah, this was Nice attempt from RNG, but ultimately very hard to execute this kind of stuff.
Juggernaut's actually going to walk straight on up. No, he's farming the camp for now. I thought for a second that they were going to join the Nyx Assassin once more because he is watching God King currently, but they're gonna try to sandwich him again instead.
There's a defensive dire ward though that does see Kaka at the moment. The ones that are smoked up, and now it's actually RNG with the counter smoke. Don't make a play on Timber. Don't do it. They're doing it. They're doing a lot of damage, but for Oracle's right there to help him out. He does go down. Another supernova. Nice little stun, actually. They do get him, and Emo on the edge has to get the hell out. I did not see it work out that way, honestly.
Nice double stun from Felix.
Yeah, it was amazing. I was like, where'd they get that from? I thought Nyx was on their team, but yeah. Power of the Rubik. Touch on it in the draft.
Definitely, and the power of a Lycan as well, faced with an opponent who doesn't really have anything to hide or anywhere to hide or anything to cluster around. You just get to chase down the juicier heroes like the Oracle, as well as, well, that Timbersaw did not have many stacks, so he just melts.
Yep. So these are the kind of skirmishes that RNG needs a couple more of. Make sure that you can get passive timing with the Timbersaws, normally very tough to deal with, and that you can get to a point where you actually slow down Juggernaut. That's something that did not happen right there. Obviously, since he was still farming elsewhere on the map. So.
And Kaka is going to continue on scouting for a pick-off for his Orchid bearing Void Spirit right now. Oh, tons of damage coming out from Emo right now. Just needs someone to use it on. They're not finding anyone right now except Setsu.
Okay. This time I was the one cursing him, apparently.
Can we stop cursing Juggernauts?
Well, that was very necessary, though. Even with that, he's still 2k ahead of the puck at the moment. Alright.
And surprisingly enough, most of the cores on RNG right now, they actually do get these items that they so desperately needed. Once the AC for the Lycan is up, there's actually going to be a ton of right-click damage coming out of this Drow, even if she hasn't itemized into proper damage so much just yet.
Yep.
All defensive, I believe that should be her full Dragonlance coming in. Sorry, Dragonlance, excuse me.
I can play an Emo here. What? That's a lot of bursts.
Yep. Fail Blink. And there's Setsu.
Together with the Rubik. I believe he stole the Astral Step as well, so... That's a pretty good spell just to have on a Rubik, you know, just extra mobility.
It is, and a couple of minutes ago we were looking at 3k advantage for IG in both the net worth as well as the XP, and that is not the case anymore.
Yeah.
Kaka has not been able to find the pickups that they really needed, and instead Setsu has now come online. He's making the game hard for them. They don't have all that much vision right now even. It's the sentry spamming from RNG really doing work against the offensive vision.
Yeah. It's what you need to do up against the next assassin anyway, and like, yeah. Kaka will not... he cannot feel too comfortable just scouting out wherever he wants without being punished every once in a while, and for that you need to have to drop on him. You have to have the sentry and observer ward combo in strategic locations. This one gets taken care of immediately though, so that's a good catch.
JT is going to have his Shroud very soon. That's going to make him much more survivable, as well as help out with a little bit of his... Oh, he's alive. I was worried there for a second. Hurricane Pike for the Drow though. We are going places.
I think Timber's also making fancy plays. He has the Hood of Defiance locked, so when there's a fight he can just activate the hood, and I believe then just unlock it, and then you get the get another barrier from the new item, from the Shroud. So yeah, we'll see if that comes into play. Orchid completed.
Yeah, he has that for a bit, but there's a reason I was talking about the heals before, because the instant disable is very nice, but also the fact that, yeah, this puck has been showing that he's got his number several times with the silence now.
Yeah.
Of course, it goes both ways. Like, the Orchid is also definitely a threat for the puck.
Yeah. Well, if it's a real puck, don't be fooled. There's a blink forward here for Felix. Still holding on to the ult. Now the call to interrupt the Timber chain. So this Timber's in a lot of trouble. But okay. Oh, what puck is still alive? He gets a shot out. Despite the stun. Actually, never mind. He was just phase shifted, but still. Took them a while longer than they hoped. And now Ollie forced to use his spells on himself. Flyby. God King. Starting to run them down. This Oracle will die. Make no mistake. Looking for more, but it looks like the rest of IG are a little bit too fast on their feet. That was the Omni Slash used on the puck, but not enough to kill him off outright, and then also not available for the rest of the issues that RNG was throwing at Invictus Gaming.
They're becoming really hard to fight into now. If you don't blow anyone up as IG, you're going to be confronted with this Lycan running at you, with the fact that the Drow has free reign. I'd like to see the Aghanims out of the Juggernaut, so that he isn't immediately spent once that he's blown his Omni Slash.
Yep.
Yeah. Coming up soon. And also you can see that the time of the Timbersaw is pretty over right now. Another coil?
Well, by Kerberos as well, though, to interrupt the dive, but Super is perfectly happy being where he is right now. Kaka left to his own devices. They did not have enough manpower to face RNG up here a second time either.
And this is quite definitely farm priority given over towards this Timbersaw and towards Emo as well. Both of them getting a lane while the Juggernaut was risking his life up top there.
Yeah.
Witchblade complete. Nice little DPS increase.
Yeah. Seems pretty good together with the Astral Step, applying that to whoever you go on.
And here's the Yules, and that should help the Timber survive a lot as well. When he's coiled, if he gets silenced by the Drow.
Yep.
So, next round of items, pretty sure, yep, there's the smoke. I should talk faster. They're already on it.
Super, there it is. There's a silence, there's burst. Oof. That was quick. Fly, that was what he was pushing top. They're gonna get the tier 2. Very nice indeed. And the question now becomes, can they turn this into Roshan as well?
They don't really have any Roche taking items in particular, but on the other hand, RNG doesn't have a great time going in.
Yeah.
It would have to be the puck.
Decently fast Roche, just based on flying being quite strong, but there are some Lycan Wolves. It's a bit awkward. They have a sentry down, they find a ward on top of that, but it's a little bit too scary here with Phoenix coming back. All this big AoE around the pit.
Exactly, and there's multiple cliffs where he can get up, get out of vision for all your heroes, and you don't really have anyone dedicated to taking his act down at all.
Yeah. It's gonna have to be the Juggernaut, but him taking time away from hitting actual other heroes is is a win in its own right, potentially.
I think he'd really rather not be making this attempt when he's about 1500 gold away from his axe, but otherwise it's definitely going to RNG. They're way faster. Look at the damage that Drow is dealing.
Standing her up, but Karkas also low coil on a couple of people. He just dies instantly, and there it is. Supernova goes in, Fly trying to take care of it, and he does indeed, but the rest of his team is in a bit of trouble. Emo has died, but now the Omni Slash here, killing off Felix. Not quite the one that you wanted. Godthing is still low enough. If they have some follow-up, but they do indeed. Emo coming back at the perfect time to finish the job. Now, next on the list is Park. I think he'll take out to the Orchid Burn here with all of this power. Ollie throwing in another nuke, just in case. So, working out only just with these buybacks being spent.
Both the Oracle as well as the Void Spirit there. They're squeaking by on IG.
Yeah.
Lycan Pick's really doing work for RNG right now. You can see that they barely have time to focus the Drow because the Lycan is chewing on everything else.
Yep.
But they do got it, and now they will have the Aghanims next time around for the Juggernaut as well. Here we are. Huge net worth win for him.
Mini slash on top of the Omni slash, so it's gives you a lot more options to just if not get quick kills, get some quick damage in without having to commit that big ultimate.
You also get to stick on top of people. I think a lot of people underestimate that aspect of it. You get to jump.
Yeah, that's true. Can also allow you to dodge things at times, you know.
Loads of reasons to pick it up.
Oh, what is this? Instant replay! Yay!
Kaka immediately bites the dust.
Yeah, he's gone forever. Fly. It takes very long for him to kill the egg, though, and that's just level 2 egg, I believe.
But he's also on his own.
Yeah.
And you might think that that's unlucky bounces, but I think if he doesn't go to the Rubik there, he gets lifted immediately afterward, and he might just die.
Yeah. With Evo coming back, they're still able to take that fight.
They don't play until tomorrow?
Just putting Drow over the edge. Did work out in their favor. Again, ever so slightly. I mean, they had to buy back, but it's being mitigated by the fact that he's able to pick up that Aegis. Now there's another fight, though. Fly has another proper Omni Slash in a second. Gotta be a bit careful. Don't necessarily want to use it against Flyby, as he's very fast, has these wolves to soak it up, and if you're really unlucky, then it'll jump to some random wolf that's too far away from anything else, and then it just ends. So, I want to play around that if you possibly can.
Exactly. But with the Lycan ult down, they are definitely going on the offensive. They have an Aegis in their pocket. JT is ready to tank everything. I enjoy that he's been playing, well, very aggressively, even though his timing window is definitely closing.
Yeah.
He's still big, but we've seen him die. And he just needs to soak damage.
Yep. And timing window close just means that, yeah, I mean, he's not gonna live necessarily.
Lift up. Stands his ground. There comes the coil.
Thanks to coil too. There it is. Now Emo going in. Felix is very, very low, but not low enough. Comet is forced about. Fly was stunned by something. And okay, those.
He had spiked Carapace on the Rubik.
Oh man, yeah, there we go.
Literally saved his life there. On the last hit. Felix has been doing a stellar job. He hasn't been in the picture that much yet, but had some great saves now with stolen spells from the Nyx. He hasn't even been that focused on stealing the Oracle spells. Which is what I've expected, but I'm sure we'll see some of that later on as well. He's been doing so well.
Focused on the Nyx. He's got stunned a couple of times, which is great.
Nearly to blink. And did you see what's coming on the puck? That's a Dagon.
Ooh. Good old Dagon puck. That's something in it. And now Psychic Headband. 12% intelligence seems decent.
Very nice for that Timber Saw. He doesn't ever have to run out of mana again.
The Elven Tunic as well. Great item for the Juggernaut. Has that coming on the courier.
Neither of his opposing carries really are going to build an MKB anytime soon, so would not be surprised at all to see him pick that up. Is that a Sanjin Kaya? On the Timber Saw, I think it is.
Either way, they're all smoked up. Push is still going for the Juggernaut. He's now TPing him, but there's initiation already. Emo on the cover of that BKB, trying to bring down the Lycan, but the coil holds the rest of them in place. They cannot keep going here. They'll have to settle for the zoo. You'd think, and JT has other ideas, but TP's out. The TP's out of the trees. No way to stop that one.
It's a very fancy effect on that shroud. Purple and green?
Yeah.
Fashionable. But yeah, he does have a Sanji Gaia, so this is going to, apart from aid him in spamming out his spells, also just the status resistance once again from the Sanj.
Yeah. It's all letting up.
Aegis
has expired now. That's the mini slash. Felix is dead immediately. Super trying to get out. Oh, God King. She gets to right click a little bit. The backlines have been annihilated by Flyby. Now trying to focus on JT. Finds another jump across into the river. And okay, that's a lot of bursts on Flyby. Meanwhile, sounds over on Juggernaut. Already used his proper ultimate, but still. For killing off Setsu. Super's off to the side with Emo rejoining. And one more click will do it. If he can get it. But he can't in a second. Maybe. Ah, there we go. Right, not sure what happens to the real Omnislash there, but either way.
He used them one after the other. I was probably hoping that he could get a jump over to the Drow as well.
Yeah, okay.
Alas, that did not happen, so he just deleted the Rubik.
Afterwards, he still got the puck, unable to play his way out of there. Even with those spells on cooldowns, so. Uses it to farm, that's how low the cooldown is. They did nerf it a little bit. It used to be 15 seconds, if you believe it.
I believe it.
Yeah.
Actually, build on Jug has been nuts for a while now. People used to go that item first just because of the farming speed.
And they're certainly back in a comfortable position here on IG. I mean, Lycan is starting to fall behind in the farm, and he's not the type of hero that can really match Juggernaut toe to toe in a proper man fight. And this Drow Ranger doesn't really have any DPS items either. You've got a Hurricane Pike and a BKB to try and sell out another self-use. Keep it safe for There was a Rubik Chakra in the middle of that too, as the mini slash just to get some extra creep kills. As, okay, Emo just goes in. Goodbye, Drow! What was he doing so far out? Dying, that's what.
And suddenly IG are up on her high ground. Quite the twist there.
There's no buyback on Drow, and even though she doesn't have DPS items, she's still crucial to their defense. Like, they need every bit of advantage that they can get here. Certainly when everyone is very much alive and kicking close to full health with the healing mod, keeping them topped up, and another jump forward. Don't even have the Phoenix. He does have buyback if he needs it, but at this point, don't you have to give up? There's the only slash to follow on Flyby. So much damage to Setsu's transferring over. It's not enough. Another carry down. And this is
buyback as well.
This is going from bad to worse. RNG are crumbling, and that is with their backs against the wall, with the upper division on the line. That ticket now in arm's reach for Invictus Gaming. JT still maintaining the front lines. He's still full health. Another jump forward. Emo, time and time again, just burst them down. With the Witchblade, with that, what do we call it? The Enchanted Quiver. I think he's still holding on to that one. Just an insane amount of burst together with the Orchid. There's no way to counterplay that if you don't have a BKB. So God King's back at it. He's absolutely tickling the Timbersaw, even if he does get the marksmanship rocks. Look at this. It's ridiculous.
He doesn't get to do this
Silence,
for long.
but yeah, it just takes forever. Emo, meanwhile, finds two in the back. There's a supernova. There's 4 people clicking it. This is not going to survive. That was a die back. God King, man fighting up against the Juggernaut. That was never going to work. And GG is called. RNG have to give it up. And IG once again proving that they are a force to be reckoned with. And they'll get more chances to show it in the upper bracket, in the upper division of the DPC Season 1 in China.
Well played by them, and absolute stellar role to Kaka here, I think. He was everywhere. He gave so much vision, and the amount of assassinations that they managed to set up with that guy, it was brutal.
Yep. Whew.
And what an anticlimactic end to what seemed to be a decently close game.
It really was, yeah. It's like they never looked amazing, but they certainly pulled the game to even at one point. Like they were getting past this Timbersaw hump. Like they had solutions here. There we go. They actually had some really good plays with these coils as well. But ultimately was not enough, apparently. Like Emo and Fly just too quick with their jumps, with their bursts, with their kills. And RNG kind of crumbling in the face of that.
Ollie did a lot of dying this game though.
Yeah.
Flyby was definitely on his case. Here.
Okay, as well. Yeah, he was doing very well early on, just setting up for these early kills, but afterwards, yeah, he's also been a bit of a food item for RNG, more often than not. Here we go as well.
Yeah,
Takes so much damage just from the summons. And
we've seen this twice now, but Fly taking down the egg, his backline dies, but it doesn't matter because he's invincible after.
also, just want to note, 24 minutes in, the tier 1 tower still stands. That's the reason why Emo can join back into this fight so quickly. If that's not there, maybe this fight goes different. So this just goes to show this tier 1 tower mid is very important. I guess on the Radiant side, tier 1 top as well to some extent. As well as Roche paid access.
This is the same fight, guys?
Yes. It was so good. Might as well see it again. Oh, there's the buyback. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 seconds until he's back in the fight. Thank you for letting me illustrate my point twice.
I mean, I already made mine twice,
Yeah.
so I guess it's only fair that you get to do that. And now we're in the base. Drow is tickling JT. I mean,
this is so sad to hold, honestly. Like he's just regenerating all of the damage up that he's able to do through all that armor.
it's already over by this point. The real end of the game was with God King overstepping in the mid lane. And yeah. MVP for Kaka. That's a very low kill participation rate, though. He seemed to be involved in so much.
He was early on, as we said, and then he was a bit of a cannon fodder. Was first one to fall a couple of times. Only 3 deaths, but those were all in consequential team fights. But yeah, I mean, he was setting up for the rest of the game. Like he was giving them the edge that they needed, especially grouping up with Emo, like we touched on in the draft. It's able to find a couple of kills for this mid Void Spirit, helping him snowball out of control. So deserve some credit for that for sure.
Absolutely. And with that, we have all of our contenders for both the upper and the lower division of the DPC in China.
Do indeed. So congratulations to all of them. Of course, in the upper division, the teams that qualified: Team Aster, Team Magma, LBZS, and now also IG. Of course, the teams that have already been invited directly are PSG, LGD, eHome, VG Gaming, Elephant. That is a scary group of teams. I'm not gonna lie. That is very scary indeed. Should be some great Dota coming up next week. Up and down in the lower division, which will also be covered, of course, fully here on this channel. It'll be Phoenix Gaming and Dalanjing Gaming, DLG, Sparking Arrow Gaming, CDC Gaming, a lot of gamings, Extreme Gaming as well, Dynasty, Dragon, and now, as it turns out, RNG as well. So
Снэфайр вообще до сих пор вот у меня.
There'll be some very fun Dota coming up, but some of these teams, unfortunately for them, they have to walk away with the lesser of the 2 prizes here coming out of the division decider bracket. So. When he's interview, I wish I could understand what they were saying, but I can't. So there you go. Kips, any last words for the people?
The only last words that I've got here are that it was an absolute joy to cast this and once again become more familiar with all of these Chinese teams.
Yeah.
And that knowledge is going to be very handy for in a week when yours truly and of course Neff as well as D-Drop, and I believe we have Party Pete as well coming in, are going to bring you all the action for the lower division of China.
Absolutely. Lower and upper divisions going in simultaneously, or as in like on the same days, but obviously not at the same actual time. So you do get to watch a lot of good Dota after another. So they'll be starting on the 18th, 1300 Chinese Standard Time with some lower division matches and a lot of games after that. Do stay tuned, follow this channel, and you can also follow the Perfect World Esports at PWRD Esports on Twitter. While you're at it, might as well follow us at DragonDropDota and at Kipspool. I definitely also enjoyed casting with you again, so thank you very much for joining. Thank you guys for watching, and well, see you next time. Goodbye.